feel like have to happen for your team to make the sort of run you need to make?
You really just keep your focus on the first team you're playing. I know that's not really the answer to your question, but it's just what you do. You don't get past. You can't make a run unless you win your first game. So just trying to focus on us and playing better than we played that day in Columbus, playing better than we did the other day. It's something for us that we haven't been able to maintain that level of consistency. You win 3 in a row, you lose 4 in a row, you win 2 in a row. You're in position to win a game, and I just felt like Rutgers was quicker to the ball than us other day. Sometimes it's not going to go your way. We haven't shot that well in those 2 wins, but we still won the game. And obviously we shot it better than in a 4-game losing streak, but it wasn't that much better. We just played better in other areas of the game. I thought we were quicker to the ball in those games. We rebounded the ball better in those games. And then other day, just in that first half especially, like we should have been in a different position going into halftime. But, give Rutgers credit, they scrapped and they got to a lot of those 50-50 balls. So those are the things that I think we're going to have to do, against Ohio State. Especially those guys, they play hard and very athletic and very aggressive. So you got to be able to handle their pressure. You got to be able to handle their athleticism and still be able to execute and take care of the ball.
You talked at the beginning of the year that this team had to play inside out more than last year's team. How do you evaluate how they've done that?
Right. Well, I think it goes back to how we get defended at times. At times they play us one-on-one. If they feel like they have enough physical strength to handle our interior players, they'll play us one-on-one and then not allow us to have that balance and to get clean looks from 3. If we can establish some inside play, even establishing getting offensive rebounds and making plays at that time, your effort can help you in that area at times. That to me is the best way for us to go about it, is to be able to establish an inside presence, score there, get to the free throw line there, then be able to get some threes through that. But I think we have to generate threes in more ways, like through our decision making, through transition, through some of those offensive rebounds that I mentioned, kind of kick out threes. That's when you see us have balance with making threes and scoring and then getting to the free throw line. That's when we're at our best. That's when anybody's at their best. But we just haven't been consistent in that area. We got the ball down low in the last game, a handful of times and came up with nothing. You get it where you want it, now something positive should happen. And then we just, whether we weren't fundamentally sound and we turned it over, or we took an ill-advised shot, or we just didn't complete the play.
Just kind of along those lines, how come this team hasn't got more offense
from where?
The foul line.
Just not, getting, deep enough position and then going strong with it. I think there's been a lot of things where they've let things go on too. I think from a physical standpoint, I think they've allowed guys to bang more this year. I think we've had a quality big guys across the board. I don't think there's any secret that they want to keep the best players in the game, whether that's for us or for another team in our league. They've just allowed more physical play. And so with that, you got to be able to handle that, and they're only really going to call the obvious, in the post. But that's something that, you want to do. I think a little bit of it is our best low post scorer also isn't a great free throw shooter. So sometimes you settle there into a turnaround or an under scoop or whatever the hell he wants to call that shot he shoots every now and then. And so, now you're going away from it because you don't want it. Where we need him to be aggressive, like we need him to score, we need him to want it, and take that on. And even though maybe you don't make both your free throws or you split them or whatever, you're still accumulating fouls, you're still getting in the bonus, you're still getting people in foul trouble. There's still a lot of positives to come from it.
Just to stick on Travion, where do you feel like he has developed and where do you feel like he hasn't where well enough?
Well, his ability to rebound the basketball is maybe the best that we've had here. Now, he doesn't always go. He doesn't always do that. But his ability to get an offensive rebound or get rebounds that he wants to get, normally he gets those boards. He's a great passer. Those are his 2 best things that he does. If he ever gets a motor and has that consistent motor with him and then just wants the ball and he's aggressive, he'd be an all-conference player in our league. He could be a first-team all-conference player. He could be one of the best players in the country. But he's got to get that motor. He's got to be able to get that. He doesn't have that right now. He's not consistent in that area. And And that's what we need. We need that ability to change ends, want the ball. Luka Garza, it's a great example. That should be his model in terms of his approach. You never watched Luka Garza play this year, and he said, he took the play off, didn't run back on deep, didn't want it, didn't go after it. He might have been a little overzealous at times, but great ones are overzealous. Carson was overzealous. Caleb Swanigan was overzealous, but Luka Garza's in tip-top shape, and he comes full throttle all the time, and it's a great gauge for any big guy out there wanting to say, hey, here's a guy that's National Player of the Year. How did he get it? Well, he got in shape. He's aggressive, and he goes at his opponent, nonstop for 40 minutes.
No, Joe made defensive team.
Mm-hmm.
How do you evaluate? How do you measure his defensive success?
Well, we put him on a lot of different people. Like, we didn't put him on as many point guards this year. I thought Eric had made strides and done a good job of guarding the guy picking the ball up, and now it allows us to, have him guard a bigger player, whether that's like an Andre Wesson or Wieskamp, guys that are really small forwards but might play that undersized four. And so, we've been able to put him on guys, like that. We were able to put him on Marcus Carr at the end of the game. He got in foul trouble in that game. So we were able to put him on, Marcus Carr to close that game out. He did a really good job. So just, he guards Justin Smith, who's a, kind of a combo forward in his own right, but then he's able to guard quickness too. So it really gives you an advantage on the defensive end to be able to have somebody that can guard so many different people. But I thought Eric's improvement really helped us also, because now it gave us somebody that we thought was pretty good on the ball, and then and then No Gel's ability to guard other people doesn't mean we won't have No Gel go and close those guys out and be able to finish the game on them.
Can you talk about the challenges and takeaways from the first time you played Ohio State and what you guys are going to need to exploit them?
Well, we struggled to score, so we did. I think we had 20 at half in that game. We never really got it to where we got into any rhythm in the game. Evan Boudreaux had a good game for us. Outside of him, we just didn't have any other real offensive continuity. And then defensive, we had too many breakdowns. I thought Kyle Young was the best player in the game. He was quick to the ball. He played hard. He just made plays. And that's what you have to be able to do. I thought that's what Rutgers did in the first half against us. When the ball got loose, things had to happen. They made those plays. And when you get into competition, you have to be able to be quick to the ball and get the 50-50 balls and get the long rebounds. So this is going to be really important, in this game. And not to say other guys didn't play well for them, because I think they made enough shots to kind of push the lead there and to finish us off. But for the most part, I thought he really set the tone. Kyle Young did for them.
What would it be like to play a major college basketball game in an empty arena if that would happen?
It'd be different, obviously. Everybody does that with their scrimmages before the season. The secret scrimmages. So you kind of get there, and your players can definitely hear you. That's for sure. So you get in those loud gyms and your players, I'm sorry, coach, I just didn't hear you. So they'll be able to say that. Even though I think we might have a couple that might still say it. So yeah, it would obviously be a lot different. And I think the challenge, I think people feed off runs. I think people feed off their fans. Mm-hmm. And now you wouldn't have that. You just wouldn't have that element. You'd have to generate your own energy, which would be interesting. It'd be different, but you play enough basketball, you get it figured out.
If things don't work out for you guys this weekend from an NCAA perspective, will you accept a bid to the NIT?
Sure, no question.
What have you seen Mason and Brandon